Yeah, I don't think the founders could have seen this coming. I mean, the press traditionally was there to kind of check the government, and yet this is almost like a digital identity. And I think people spend an average of 6 hours online, and the U.S. has dealt with monopolies before, whether it's been the steel or the oil industry, but this is a strange type of entity where it kind of controls who you are digitally. And in times of lockdown, especially here in London, it's the only way to communicate. So then to go ahead and say, now you can't speak of certain things, it's strange. And we're actually taking legal action here because when a private company acts like a public utility, which it kind of does here in the UK, I mean, there's an NHS ad under every single coronavirus video being funded by the government, then maybe you can do a legal argument. But I agree, that's kind of the last resort that you want to use there. But again, these digital companies seem to have taken things to another level that we don't really understand. And I'm guessing the founding fathers couldn't have seen that coming.
Right. And I'm curious how these debates play out in places like the UK, because you don't have a First Amendment.
Correct.
It's a very different environment. It's concerning to me to see what happens in Europe when people are arrested or fined for things they speak about online. I think the way that we enforce the First Amendment in the U.S. is the best way, which is if it directly incites violence, then you can make an argument that that's not protected speech. I think what is considered not to be protected speech, I think is objective legally and based in sound reasoning. But that's only from the government standpoint. We don't have anything to deal with these extremely powerful entities in the private sector. And it's what's interesting. So I guess what's interesting about when I look at the UK is they don't have that sort of catch-22 problem, but you still have the same cultural problem that where people aren't respecting even the philosophy of free speech. But in theory, the government could enforce free speech, at least the spirit of it, in a way that can't happen in the United States.